individual, a small group of people, passionate, set on fire for the right thing, and it snowballed from there, you know. So if it's got to be a revolution that's going to create the change needed to make this a better world for everybody, then let the revolution begin, guys. That's all I can say. Let the revolution begin. And on that note now, guys, I'm going to clue up here. And I don't know how I'm going to cut this off now so you haven't got like a tidbit of footage at the end of it, like a few minutes here, whatever sort of thing. I hope you'll watch it all, guys, even if it's like 5 or 10 minutes or something, tack on at the very end sort of thing. Part of what I need to learn how to do, guys, is of course edit my videos properly, so that like when this gets split up now, because I know it's going to get split up into several videos, that I can figure out how to edit that in such a way that it all gets spliced back together. Or I don't know if I need to get a paid program, a paid membership with YouTube or whatever, so I got more to my advantage, you know, to be able, you know. Or if it's, again, if it's something to do with my camera or what that's causing my videos to get spliced up this way sort of thing. I wish they wouldn't, guys. I really wish they wouldn't, because it really throws off the flow and all the rest of it sort of thing. But I have no power over it right now. I'm sorry about that happening. But all I can do is when I upload and publish the videos, I go 1, 2, 3, just watch the videos in sequence, guys. Sometimes they might just pop up automatically in sequence, but and just watch the entire thing, guys. Like, this is such an important message that again, not because I'm saying it myself, it's something that's resonated with me my entire life, for most of my life. I grew up in a lower middle class background here in Newfoundland, a rural fishing village, guys. My father was a fish plant worker. I always considered myself like lower middle class sort of thing. We definitely weren't rich. We lived in a small little tiny little bungalow, not enough space for all of us, 5 people. There was mental health issues in my family with my mom. I would say beyond that as well, like you know, I was bullied as a child, guys. I had to deal with that right up on through my mid-teenage years and all the rest of that sort of thing. So I mean, I have a story to tell. I have seen stuff myself. I've seen a lot of hurt. I've seen a lot of pain. I've been through a lot of hurt and pain and so on. I'm still here. I'm still living. I'm still breathing. I'm still talking. I'm still thinking. I'm still, you know, like resisting all the forces that seek to try to homogenize me and try to tear me down and destroy me sort of thing, because it seems like sometimes there's no end to it, not just for myself but for millions of others as well. And I'm still here trying to do what I've been trying to do all my life, guys, in my own little way sort of thing, you know. We have churches all over the world. We have a Christian religion that claims to follow a man that was the living embodiment of unconditional love. Yes, supposedly you once said you will always have the poor with you. Myself, you won't always have with you sort of thing. So today within the Christian world, we're thinking about this guy. We're thinking about his life, I hope. And we're thinking about, like, supposedly his resurrection and so on and so forth. But see, we can't get wrapped up in, probably go on this for a few moments here now, guys, since it is Easter. You know, we can't get wrapped up in the dogma of the religion, guys, and forget the man. Forget what the man was about, and forget the message that he tried to bring to the world. And not only try to bring to the world, but who he himself, as far as tradition tells us anyway, became the living embodiment of that. So to follow his way, you know, to follow his path to the nth degree would be to become a being of just endless love, guys. Just love, just pouring out of you constantly. To get to that level, to just be constantly loving, constantly giving, constantly caring. You know, it's not a weak thing in any way, shape, or form. If anything, it's super strong, because it shows super strength of character. I come from a Christian denomination, guys, the Salvation Army. I know today, like the Salvation Army is all over the world. They're into all kinds of things. I know that there has been certain here and there, occasionally a bit of controversy over the way the Salvation Army operates and how where their funds go and so on. Unfortunately, the Salvation Army is becoming more like everything in the world, guys. It's getting corrupted. It's becoming more and more of a business. But when you go back to the founder of the Salvation Army, that life, guys, that individual, him and his wife, I've been thinking about him a lot lately. They were also big inspirations for myself when I was a kid growing up in the Salvation Army and learning about how the Salvation Army first began. They were as close as I can think of myself in a modern era. And when I say the modern era, I'm talking like over the past couple hundred years or so. As close as I'm aware of to living manifestations of the life of the Prince of Peace in flesh in the modern era. Because they cared to like a phenomenal level. They cared to a point that they would continuously go into the slums and ghettos of London back in the 1800s, and time after time after time after time face brutal assaults, face possibly losing their lives. The founder's wife, I mean, continuously probably put herself at risk of, being sexually attacked and so on and so forth, being a woman and all the rest of it sort of thing. But guys, they did it. They went out there and they did it for the love of, for the love of Christ, love of Jesus, love of Yeshua. And in turn, out of that, because the outflowing of that has to be the love for humanity. What's it like? If you love me, love your fellow man, or something like that. Love your brother. I mean, it's like we love Yeshua through loving our fellow man. That's been a staple, that's been a pillar of the religion of Christianity for as long as it has existed. So we have Christian churches all over the world, guys, getting wrapped up in the dogma of the religion, forgetting the code of conduct and the creed and the mission statement that the religion exists for. And that is to be the salt of the earth and to get out there and to make this world a better place in the name of Yeshua, to glorify Yeshua, to lift up, to venerate his memory, sort of thing. But because he himself understood that this is the right way to live. This is the higher way to live. This is the better, far, far better way to live, guys. And so when you think about the Prince of Peace, you have to get into his mind somehow and think the way he thought and perceive life through his mindset. And through that, you have to, through prayer, through meditation, through whatever techniques that you need to develop to try to manifest the Spirit more, live out that Spirit in your life, in my life, in all of our lives, so we ourselves become both the living manifestations of Yeshua himself, the Prince of Peace, in the flesh, and living manifestations of God, whoever and whatever God is, in the here and now, in this fleshly existence while we live here and now, guys. Like, that is the essence of being spiritual. It's not about religions, guys. It's not about dogmas and all the rest of it. It's not about anything that is going to further divide us. It's not about anything that is going to lessen us in any kind of way, make us lesser beings. The heart of spirituality is to be ever-increasing loving beings, to become more and more and more like the nature of Source itself, whatever the first source of all things is. That is spirituality. That is the essence of spirituality, guys. And that is what the Prince of Peace lived in his life. That was what his whole life was about. That's what his whole mission was about. That's what his whole ministry was about, guys. To be a loving being in this world, in this life, to become a living example for all people, for all time. And you miss that, and you miss everything about the man, So whether he's gone on now to become some supernatural, godlike figure or whatever, goodness only knows. But while he was here in the flesh as a mortal man, that's how he lived, and that was his reason for being here, sort of thing, guys. So again, at this, and again, I see this message tying in perfectly well, absolutely perfectly well, with the social things I'm talking about here. They harmonize like they couldn't harmonize better. Yeshua, Jesus, was a socialist. Yeshua, Jesus, he was a communist. All right, guys? I'm saying it. I believe it with all my heart and soul. Because we've made the concept, the proper ideal, we've politicized this. You know what I'm trying to say, guys? And through doing that, we've robbed the full impact of what it means to be communist or to be a socialist. Okay, it's got nothing to do with the corruption that exists in Russia right now, that's existed in Russia for the past 80 odd years. It's got nothing to do with the corruption that exists in China right now, that's existed for the past 70 odd years, 60, 70 odd years, however long. They don't have communism in these countries, guys. You got to understand what communism is. It's about leveling the playing field, the very thing I've just spoke about for the past hour or so here now. It's about leveling the playing field. It's about not having class. Everybody's of the same class. We're all equal, okay? And it's about sharing the wealth of the land equally amongst all the people of the planet, guys. So we all have our basic needs met, and we can all live and thrive equally. That's all it's about, guys. Nothing more than that, And I know from my own Christian upbringing that I was told many times over that the first century Christians, supposedly the first followers of Yeshua, when the movement was first beginning, they were told, when you become a part of this movement, you give all your wealth to the poor. And you give everything you have to the poor, and you share everything in common with the rest of your brothers and sisters within the movement. That is communism, guys. That's it. That's the essence of it. So not only was Yeshua himself, the Prince of Peace, a socialist, a communist, all the first century Christians were as well. If you were to research it properly, get into it properly, get past all your stereotypes and past all your biases and all the rest of it sort of thing, you will see, it will be abundantly, blatantly plain to you that the first century Christians were what we today would call communists, guys. With a very, 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 very strong socialist agenda sort of thing. So not only is it makes political sense, not only is it like the humane thing to do anyway, it is as Christian as you can possibly get, guys. So we've covered all the ground, haven't we? Like from every perspective right now of every group that's seeking to try to dismantle all the good things that exist in society, we've covered all those categories. It makes good business sense. It's a humane thing to do. It's pure Christianity right to its very heart, and it's living the message of the Prince of Peace as he established it when he came to earth and was a living example of it himself, living manifestation of it himself. And it's like I will stand here anywhere with a gun to my head, losing my life if I had to, and say the same thing, because I have to walk in the strength of my own understanding of things, guys, and my own convictions of things. And my understanding of things